Hello, I'm waiting on something, so I thought I'd do a quick video, start a quick video on what I do as an actual proper job. This is an LAR TOC water analyzer. It works by injecting sample into this furnace, which is at 1200 degrees. Then it injects into this acid aerated tube, takes the two figures, takes the TIC from the TC and gives you the TOC, which is the figure that we're actually looking for. This tells them, all this system is controlling how they treat the water that comes off the runway at the airport. Sorry, this is at an airport. When I got here, the sample pump is outside. The machine was reading 0 and wasn't getting any sample. Now they've put a new panel design in, and included in that panel there's a breaker that goes to the sample pump, but there's also a sample pump controller which takes a signal from the PLC system, which is in one of these other boxes. The PLC system sees whether we've got water coming in from the flow meter, and if we have got water coming in from the flow meter, it should let the sample pump run, but it wasn't. Now, while we were here, this that's a massive Rolls-Royce backup generator. It's really cool and awesome, and very loud when it's running. It's probably about 6 inches shorter than me. It turns out that there's a roll torque valve which adjusts the flow. The roll torque valve is broke, and it inhibits the signal from the flow meter and doesn't let the sample pump run, meaning we don't get any sample to the machine. So I've done my normal servicing things, which are seals, pump tubes, fill up the liquids, do a calibration on a known standard, which is that, and now we're just waiting for the sample pump to come back on. But yeah, that's one of the machines that I look after. It's incredibly complicated and expensive. It is a good bit of kit though. Hiya Frank. Frank is the guy from the manufacturer. I started doing this in '98, so 21 years ago, for a company that my dad was managing director of. He retired in 2000 and I want to say 12 or 13. Managed another couple of years and then got made redundant in 2016. The guy at the airport, fair play to him, said, if you start a little company, we'll give you the contract. So this is what I do as my normal job. All the stuff with cars is just playing around, it's just a hobby. It's a horrible, frustrating hobby when it doesn't go well. This looks very complicated. It is quite complicated. It's still a lot easier than messing around with cars. So kids, if you want to get a proper job, keep cars as a hobby, is my advice. This machine, even though it's running on airport water, is actually located in a sewage works just down the road. This is the chamber. So yeah, that's the sewage there. And there. And then these are some sort of overflow pits which are filled with cotton buds and God knows what. And going back to the airport lagoons, because all the water that's on the runway, which is full of de-icer and God knows what, plane fuel occasionally, is collected and sent to lagoons because they can't put it straight in the river because it would pollute the river. So we'll go back to the airport shortly and have a quick look at the lagoons. I need to check one or two of the other machines, the other type of machines that I look after over there. So we'll have a quick look at them. Instrument techs on water waste treatment plants might find this video interesting. I don't think anyone else is. I just thought I'd give you a little insight into what my proper job is. Right, come back shortly. So they put a manual frig on the PLC. And that's our sample line squirting over there. And now we have water. So we're going to go to status screen. We've got green shield, which is great. Go online, and it should, we're down a bit on level there, it should overfill, then give us a reading, then we can sod off. Awesome. Oh, there we go. So we're getting some bubbles through, because the line will be full of air. We should start filling up. There we go. So now it's overfilling that chamber, so we know we're getting sample going in, and it'll do an analysis on that chamber. Like I say, inject it into the furnace, inject it into the TIC, gets converted into a gas, which then goes up into the top and gets analysed by a IR bench from Edinburgh Sensors. Awesome. Right, see you in a minute. Alright, so it's very noisy in here. This is one of the pump houses. We have a quick look outside. Got a rope on because I've been locked out of here before. No, I can't really see. These are your main that's one of the lagoons. So that's your incoming lagoon from the runway. This is how they transfer water around, or one of the ways they transfer water around, which is a massive Archimedes screw. That it's a bit hard to get scale, but that channel is probably 8 foot across. The screw is probably 6 foot. It's a bit noisy in the pump house due to that pump running. They don't run all the time. They wait till the levels higher than that. Pond. Right, let's close this door. So you got one of the analyzers there, which is TOC sodium persulfate analyzer, similar to the Easy Talk. It's got UV light which reacts, creates a gas, gets analysed in another IR bench in the back. Nice bit of kit, cheaper end of the market. These are all the control panels. Another of the big boy TOC analysers there. This is more your bread and butter. This is a BOD analyzer. Samples pumped through there, drawn through a filter, through this pump. You've got plastic beads in here, which are being agitated and kept at the perfect temperature, 30 degrees. You pump sample into it, and also clean aerated water, which is also at 30 degrees, which is minutely, can't think of the word, measured. And the theory at E0 is the theoretical dissolved oxygen level. It goes into the chamber with the bugs. The dirtier the water, the more oxygen the bugs use up, which is then measured by this DO probe, WTW DO probe. So that's the E1 figure, that's what this probe is actually reading. By calculating, P1 is how much samples going in through this peristaltic pump, and also the dilution. It then calculates the reading of BOD, which in this case is 18.1. They haven't used much de-icer this year yet. With these, it's basically checking the filter's clean, you're getting samples through into the analyzer, you haven't got any problems with the pump tube. This is calibrated every midnight, so you check calibrations figures, good. If not, clean it, change the end cap. Check the circulation's good, heaters are working correctly. As long, and the calibration of the metering pump in the bottom left hand corner. If all them are within specs and everything's working, that reading is right. Probably. But yeah, these are the if anything, the simpler analyzers I look after. I'm sorry for the noise in here. I might need to talk over this. But yeah, so that's fixed everything that needs to be fixed. That one's not working, so we haven't got a sample pump at the moment. We just have a quick look out this door, where it's a bit quieter. The sample pump is there, which is just at the top of the screw pumps. You see that's coming through this channel. That grid is there to just get rid of any, see, like that plastic cup out of it. This is the main transfer pipe to Thames Water, where it was earlier. You can see the sort of scale. The reservoir goes off into the distance, and this is just one of the various ponds that they've got. Because they're an environmentally friendly company, they've had to put things like that. See this metal ramp? That's for in case an animal falls into this. So they've got a way to get out. Similarly, the top pond is, I don't know if you can see, it's a plastic. It's like you dig a hole and fill it with plastic, but like a pond. And they've got netting up the outside of that, so if anything does fall in there, it can get back out again. And those machines in there, that's the water, the sample water that it's running on. Now, this glycol that they use to de-isoplane has got a very distinctive smell. You're just getting a touch of it through at the moment. I think that's pretty much. So yeah, that's what I do as a job. Basically, I look after analyzers that tell them how dirty the water is. And if you see that cabin right at the top there, that one, yeah, that is on the output to the river. So that's your deciding if it's not clean enough, it won't go into the river. But it is dependent on how much flow is going through the river, the level they're allowed to put out. It's basically treated, I don't know if you can see them. See those things there? Well, they're floating aerators, which are pretty much in your fish tank at home. You got the little bubble storm. Well, that's a massive version of that, and it floats and squirts the air under the water. And that's kind of how they treat it, as far as I'm aware. But I'm not involved in the treatment of the water. I'm involved in the telling them how dirty it is aspect of it. Which is an interesting job. You get to walk through doors marked private and gates where no one else has got access to and stuff. It is a bit smelly, cold, wet, dirty at times. There's a lot worse things you could be doing. Because I'm a relatively new start company, the liability insurance is very expensive. I think it's about £4,500 a year, due to the implications of possibly poisoning a river. But yeah, so yeah, that is my normal job. Hope it's been interesting for someone. Probably only about 4 water waste treatment technicians. Even though it's -1 today, it's nice and sunny, so it's not too bad a place to be. So yeah, it's me done. Back to the garage tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye bye.